Welcome back. This morning, we're being joined by Judge Joe McGraw. He's running for Illinois' 17th Congressional District. It covers Rockford and Freeport and runs all the way to Rock Island and Bloomington. McGraw has spent nearly 20 years as presiding judge of the Criminal Division. He'll face the district's current representative, Eric Sorensen, come this November. Judge, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Great to be here.
I'm glad. We'll get right to it. The recent influx of migrants at the border and in major cities across the country like Chicago has alarmed many communities here in the state line. With your background as a judge, how can we improve our judicial system to address the increase in migrants trying to come into our country? As of October of 2023, more than 2 million cases are pending in immigration courts. Do you think there's a better approach to the Biden administration's catch and release policy?
Yeah, where to begin? Good morning, and thanks for the opportunity. If you're just focusing on the judicial determination of those that are here illegally already, you're really at the end of the pipeline. You have to go to the very beginning. I've been to the border 2 times. I've seen what's going on there. I've spoken to all the relevant law enforcement professionals and Border Patrol and Customs, and I've seen what's coming across. And if you address it at the source, secure the border, and reinstitute the Remain in Mexico policy, you can adjudicate genuine asylum cases there instead of releasing them into the interior with court dates years in the future and little prospect of them ever showing up.
So, Judge, you believe these asylum seekers or migrants should be addressed at the border? They shouldn't be later released and then taken care of at another time. They should be there, right there and done at the border.
Well, it should be done prior to crossing the border. Under the previous administration, there was the Remain in Mexico policy that worked effectively, where those that were seeking asylum could have their claims reviewed by the State Department while in Mexico, and then in the appropriate case, they would be then admitted into the United States if they were truly asylum seekers. That's where you address it at the outset, not years later after they're in the country and who knows where, doing who knows what.
Okay. Now shifting gears, several pro-Palestinian protests have spurred across college campuses, as I'm sure you've seen for the past several weeks, demanding their schools divest from Israel. We're even seeing those protests across the state here in Illinois, like her former alma mater at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and close to home here at Northern Illinois University. Protests have been peaceful, with school officials sitting down with student leaders. Now, should these students have a right to have their voices heard?
Well, there's a difference between speech and crime. The Constitution, as you well know, historically has always recognized our right to free speech, which includes the right to assemble, the right to petition the government for redress of grievances, and so on. But nothing I would say here today would diminish that right. That exists, and it should be sacrosanct. However, the actions that are taking place throughout the colleges throughout the United States are unlawful, they're riotous, they're trespassing, they're destroying property, they're interrupting the access of students to the classroom, they're interfering with the proper role of the universities, they're out and out disruptors, rioters, and they have no proper place on the college campus behaving the way they're behaving.
Well, Judge McGraw, thank you for your time. We are up, but it's been such a pleasure. I hope you can join us back again on the morning show, and we will keep a close eye to the race with Representative Eric Sorensen this coming November.
Okay, thanks for the time, guys.